Brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters. It's the Meaning Stream 164, and tonight it's a very special show. We're counting down the official Meaningwave Top 50 for August. Smash that like, assemble that family, assemble that crew. We're going in. Let that be. Meaningwave. Yeah. Whoop. Aye. What is up, brothers and sisters? Welcome to the Meaning Stream. Welcome to the Meaning Stream. It's the Meaning Stream number 164, I think. 164. I have to check nowadays. It's so difficult. Yeah, 164. 164 days and nights of getting after it in the most righteous fashion that we can muster. And today is that special one. It's a special one. We're going in. We're going to count down the official Meaningwave Top 50 for the month of August 2020. AD. We did, I think we did this in, was it July? It might have been July. We did the top 100. We're not doing the top 100. That's too many songs for a countdown. I'll be here all night. So we're doing the top 50, and I think we're going to do this every month now, because I think it's important to keep tabs on what's going on in the Meaningwave universe, keep tabs on what's popping in the Meaningwave universe, what's popping, what's popular, what kind of weird movements are going on. You know, this is a scientifically assembled chart. This is combining data from Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Music, is what it is. It's Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Music combining from. And what is going on there? And you know, as we progress, we're going to start doing this regularly, and we'll start adding more metrics. But I think that's a good jump-off point. Spotify, YouTube, and what did I say? Apple Music, and that was it. Apple Music, and it's different on the different platforms, by the way. Different things are big on iTunes, and different things are bigger on YouTube, and different things are bigger on Spotify. But there are certainly some major league commonalities. Certainly some major league commonalities, by Jove. And, you know, that is reflected in this chart. So, come on, what the heck? Let's just get after it. Let's just get into it. How's everybody doing out there? How is actually, do you know what? We can't get into it right yet. To start, everyone's walking in right now. Everyone's coming into the MAZ, assembling, you know, gathering in the MAZ. And to start the top 50, we need the first 50 people in here. And we're nearly there. So smash that like. YouTube operates a strict one-out policy of some kind. If you smash the like, they send out a notification. So smash that like. Don't you be messing around. How's everyone doing out there? Who we got in the building? We got Alec Moran, we got Kalashnikov, we got Amanda Slice Sanity, Cosmic Kangaroo. We got so many of our beautiful members in here. Yes, we do. That's very nice to see. Mike Betters is here. DS Duenis is in here. Says Psycho Tick for the win. By Jove. Indeed. Multiverse Media Space is in here. Yo. Says, I get the feeling it's going to be a high energy evening. I'm picking up good vibrations. They're giving me excitations. Yo, keeping up that fine tradition of rhyming in the chat. What up, Case? What up, Shannon3192 says that's the pattern on the wave. I wonder if that song is going to be in the chart, in the top 50. In the top 50, the Meaningwave Hot 150. The Hot 50. The Hot Top, Tippity Top 50. Michael Keefe says, ooh, Dan, the boy and I are about to leave MAZ reception range again. You better stop. You better pull over. You better pull over, baby. You better pull over and you better smash that like. And we on it. We got our first 50 in, so let's start that 50, baby. Number 50. Akira The Don and Elon Musk.
He's got clout.
If you don't make stuff.
Yeah, my opinion is if somebody wants
there is no stuff.
to stay home, if somebody doesn't want to stay home, they should not be compelled to stay home. That's my opinion. If somebody doesn't like that, well, that's my opinion. This notion, though, that you can just sort of send checks out to everybody and things will be fine is not true, obviously. Some people have this absurd, view that the economy is like some magic horn of plenty. Like, it just makes stuff, whatever. It just, there's a magic horn of plenty, and the goods and services, they just come from this magic horn of plenty. And then if somebody has more stuff than somebody else, it's because they took more from this magic horn of plenty. Now let me just break it to you, the fools out there. If you don't make stuff,
what?
There's no stuff. If you don't make stuff, 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 there's no stuff. Yeah. So, if you don't make the food, you don't process the food, you don't transport the food, medical treatment,
teeth fixed.
There's no stuff. I would become detached from reality. You can't just legislate money and solve these things. If you don't make stuff,
you tell him, Elon.
There is no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there's no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there is no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there's no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there is no stuff.
Yo! Straight in at number 50. with a Neuralink bullet. Yeah, boy. Earth's most
Obviously.
meme-tastic billionaire.
We'll run out of the stores.
Rap game Iron Man.
You know.
Yeah.
Machine just
Plans to a hell.
if you don't make stuff,
Hey!
there's no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there is no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there's no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there is no stuff.
If you don't make stuff, there's no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there is no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there is no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there is no stuff. Yeah. In at number 50, Elon Musk. If you don't make stuff, there is no stuff. And at 49, a re-entry in the top 50 or some kind of climbing situation. I'm going to start tracking that data soon as well. We got Terence McKenna.
The way I think of the psychedelics is they are catalysts to the imagination. They were back 100,000 years ago. The imagination, which was just this glimmering, this iridescence on the surface of ape cognition, was under the influence of the reciprocal feedback of self-reflection that is created by watching your own mind. Watching your own mind. Watching your own mind. Watching your own mind.
Yo, smash that like, baby. Let's get it.
It has suddenly become interesting because it has suddenly been flooded by a psychoactive amine. That iridescence has been coaxed into language, art, architecture, music, poetry, the whole ball of wax. But now we know these things. We can uncover the secret of our origin. I'm very keen for the notion of what I call the Archaic revival. And the Archaic revival is this overarching metaphor that is the way for us to go to save our necks at this point. When a culture gets into trouble, instinctively what it does is it goes back through its own past until it finds a moment where things seem to make sense. And then it brings that moment forward into the present. The Archaic revival brings that moment forward into the present. The Archaic revival brings that moment forward into the present. The Archaic revival brings that moment forward into the present. When medieval Christianity no longer made sense to a major percentage of the people of Western Europe, the intellectuals of that time instinctively reached backwards into the past, looking for a stable model, and finally they reached the golden age of Hercules and Athens. And there they found Plato, Aristotle, the dramatists, and they created classicism. Classicism was brought to birth in the 1400s, 2,000 years after the death of Plato. We are the children of this classical revival, which we call the Renaissance. Our theories of law, our theories of government, our notion of justice, all drawn from classical Greek and Roman model. 500 years ago, by a bunch of Italian investment bankers, a good model to hang their civilization on. Brings that moment forward into the present.
The Archaic Revival.
Brings that moment forward into the present. The Archaic Revival brings that moment forward into the present. The Archaic Revival brings that.
What up, Andrew Pullman? Welcome to the channel.
The present. The Archaic Revival.
Yeah.
So we must now reach.
What up, Luke? Says these strings got the verb yeeted.
A new cultural model.
Yeah.
Our crisis is so great that we have to reach back to the high Paleolithic, to the moment immediately before the invention of agriculture and the creation of the dominator ego.
Dominator. Terence McKenna there. Shouts out to Terence. Shouts out to the Shaman. I first heard Terence McKenna on a Shaman record in 1991 when I was 10 or 11 years old. You know, here at number 48, number 48. Let me check that right. Got my list. Yeah, that's right.
Because, I mean, I'm talking with the person who gave us the AMA, Game B, Blue Church, Jordan Hall. And part of that is this idea, which is the religion that's not a religion, and trying to come up with a post-religious faith. Because here's the idea. This is probably, in some ways, my most radical idea. I want to do what, like Augustine did as the Roman Empire is falling. He laid the foundation. He laid the cultural cognitive grammar for an entirely different culture, and they stole the culture bottom up. He laid the cultural cognitive grammar for an entirely different culture, and they stole the culture bottom up. I want to help steal the culture away, steal it away, steal it away. I want to help steal the culture away, steal it away, steal it away, and do everything I can. Do everything I can. I want to help steal the culture away, steal it away from the imperial system that at some point clamped down again, but nevertheless we shifted out of antiquity. We shifted to a different world. So I want to try and do that. I want to try and create the systems of meaning, the religion that's not a religion, the ecologies of practices, the communities, the networks of communities. All of this is already happening. Really empower it, both in terms of its grammar, give it the best scientific tools for engineering the practices and the ecology of practices. I basically want to steal the culture. I want to help steal the culture away, steal it away, steal it away. I want to help steal the culture away, steal it away, steal it away, and do everything I can. Do everything I can. I want to help steal the culture away, steal it away, steal it away from the people who have been abusing us for such a very long time. And I usually don't speak politically because I think the political framing is often a deep misrepresentation of the issue, at least the way in which political discourse has been sort of been ossified. It's been ossified in ways that make choice no longer really relevant. I mean, you know, Christianity stole the culture away from the elites of its time. Now, new elites form. They always will. But the culture changed, and it changed in an important way. That's what I'm trying to do right now. That's what I see myself doing with a lot of these other people. That's what I'm trying to do right now. That's what I see myself doing with a lot of these other people. I want to help steal the culture away, steal it away, steal it away. I want to help steal the culture away, steal it away, steal it away. And do everything I can. Do everything I can. I want to help steal the culture away, steal it away, steal it away.
Yeah. Use this gospel for protection and steal that culture, baby. Epic activities only in the top 50. This end of the top 50 is powerful, baby. Yeah. Steal it away, steal it away, steal it away now. Steal it away, steal it away, steal it away. Hey, steal it away, steal it away, steal it away now. Yeah. Yeah. Steal it away now. Hey.
The whole point about the metaphor is...
Yeah. 48, Steal the Culture, John Vervaeke, Akira The Don. 47, The Sound of the Rain. Needs no translation. Alan Watts. Pew, pew, pew. Make some noise, baby. Smash that like. Enjoy those rain sounds.
We've discussed the web from 3 points of view. As an analogy of the selective operation of our senses and mind, whereby certain things in the world are picked out as significant according to certain game rules. The game that we are playing mostly is the survival game. That is to say, the game ought to go on. The way we play the survival game has a kind of element in it which makes it difficult, because we tend to say the first rule of this game is that it's serious. And that messes the whole thing up. So you have to watch out, in other words, when you play, for contradictory game rules, self-contradictory game rules. Because if you get mixed up into them, the game ceases to be worth the candle. You start straining at doing something, then it just isn't worth it. Then the second thing that we observed was the web as an analogy of mutual interdependence. We could call it the idea that all existence is relative, that all existence is transaction. The transaction being typically exemplified by, say, the operation of buying and selling, in which there can be no buying without somebody selling, and there can be no selling without somebody else buying. That kind of interdependence, of the inside going together with the outside. What is in you going together with what is outside you is absolutely fundamental to existence. It is existence. Existence is relativity. Existence is relativity. Existence is relativity. What is in you going together with what is outside you is absolutely fundamental to existence. It is existence. Existence is relativity. Existence is relativity. Existence is relativity.
Yeah.
We explored the web as a trap. The spider's web. Won't you come into my parlor, said the spider to the fly. And we saw what would look at all of life from the point of view that it is original selfishness and original hunger. Point of view to its ultimate extreme, it dissolves. And it isn't so bad after all. Shakespeare says, it is a full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. When it isn't so bad after all. What is in you going together with what is outside you is absolutely fundamental to existence. It is existence. Existence is relativity. Existence is relativity. Existence is relativity. What is in you going together with what is outside you is absolutely fundamental to existence.
It is existence.
Existence is relativity. Existence is relativity. Existence is relativity. I remember that I had a Zen master friend who wrote a letter to a friend of mine, which was passed on to me. This friend of mine was aspiring to be a writer, and he was trying to write novels that would put across Buddhism to people. Sugar the pill. And my Zen master friend didn't approve of this at all. He said, don't write any story to people. Write it to the great sky. Because all the real masters of literature, especially novelists and storytellers, are great masters of nonsense. Think of Lewis Carroll. You can use Lewis Carroll, and he did use Alice in Wonderland, as a Zen textbook. 'Twas brillig and the slithy toes that gyre and gimble in the wave. That's Zen. I had a discussion with a great master in Japan. We were talking about the various people who are working to translate the Zen books into English. He said, that's a waste of time. If you really understand Zen, he said, you can use any book. You could use the Bible. You could use a dictionary. Because, he said, the sound of the rain needs no translation. The sound of the rain needs no translation. The sound of the rain needs no translation. The sound of the rain needs no translation.
Sound of the rain. Hey, the sound of the rain. Of the rain, the sound of the rain. Yeah.
So what does the rain say? Evening rain. It is the banana leaf that speaks of it first. You see, that's the point.
Yeah.
And all the talk in the world doesn't get it unless you listen to the talk in a new way. The sound of the rain, no translation. The sound of the rain needs no translation. The sound of the rain needs no translation. The sound of the rain needs no translation.
Alan, what's the sound of the rain needs no translation? Sound of the rain needs no translation. That is at, where is that? Where's my chart numbers? 47. At number 46 is Alan Watts again with Oh My God, Isn't That Gorgeous? And then at 45, we've got a brand new entry and the first in the chart of a few, I suspect, from Joseph Rogan. Yeah.
We're going to go back to Boston.
Okay.
Okay, so you said that's really where things started for you. So you moved there when you were 13. First of all, like, what kind of kid were you in school?
If ADD is real, I certainly had it. And I was very, very interested in what I was interested in. I was very uninterested in people essentially couldn't wait to get out of school. But I would excel at things that I had interest in. Initially, it was art. I wanted to be a comic book illustrator until I really got into martial arts. And martial arts became the focus of my life. Around 14, 15 years old, that's when I really became massively obsessed. And that was really the first thing that I ever did where I really didn't feel like a loser. Like I really felt like, oh, I actually have some talent. I actually can be exceptional. There's like something, because I grew up constantly moving, didn't really have a lot of friends. I would be new in this town. I'd get picked on. I wasn't a big kid. And there was a lot of issues with that psychologically. I didn't like being afraid of other kids. I didn't like not knowing what to do if I ran into kids. They were going to bully me and pick on me. Martial arts changed that 180 degrees. And then I became someone who I would be afraid of. You know, I became the opposite of what I was. And then I became someone who I would be afraid of. You know, I became the opposite of what I was. So what I was someone who was terrified of conflict, didn't know what to do. And what I became was a Taekwondo champion. I became a martial arts champion. I knew how to fight.
How did it come about?
It was very fortunate. I'd done a little bit of martial arts training. Then one day I was in Boston for a Red Sox game. And as I was walking home to the train station, I decided to go check out the Jae-Hun Kim Taekwondo Institute. It was right there. So I went up the stairs, and as I was walking up the stairs, a guy named John Lee was training. I heard this crazy sound. What it turned out to be this man kicking this bag and slamming his heel into this bag and having the chain snap and rattle and thud of his heel slamming into this leather bag. I got up there and I watched this guy work out. I couldn't believe a person could do that. I'd never seen anybody kick something so hard in real life. Anybody that had such incredible martial arts skill like this guy did, John Lee, who became a mentor of mine. That changed everything. I was there the next day. I talked to them. They gave me a brochure and a pamphlet. I was probably there every day of my life until I was 22 years old. Just completely by luck, wandered into one of the best schools in the world for Taekwondo. I just got lucky. I got really, really, really lucky. I became someone who I would be afraid of. You know, I became the opposite of what I was. And then I became someone who I would be afraid of. You know, I became the opposite of what I was.
Joseph Rogan and Akira The Don there. Someone I would be afraid of from the album Experience. Out now on all streaming platforms. How's everyone doing out there? How's everyone doing out there? Make some noise in the chat. What's cracking, Matt Crittenden? What's cracking, Jeff? What's happening, Just Steve? What's cracking, Martin Pastor? Luke Ford? All of y'all. Let's get that international high five cracking. Since we're here, you know, and that's something that we should do. It's the thing that we should do. Hey. All right, let's get it in. 3, 2, 1. L high 5-0. L high 5-0. At 44. Man, if this had been two steps higher, it would have been very serendipitous. At number 44, it's 42 Rules for Life.
Tell the truth. Or at least don't lie. Do not do things that you hate. Act so that you can tell the truth about how you act. Pursue what is meaningful, not what is expedient. If you have to choose, be the one who does things instead of the one who is seen to do things. Pay attention. Assume that the person you are listening to might know something you need to know. Listen to them hard enough so that they will share it with you. Plan and work diligently to maintain the romance in your relationships. Be careful who you share good news with. Be careful who you share bad news with. Make at least one thing better every single place you go. Imagine who you could be, and then aim single-mindedly at that. Do not allow yourself to become arrogant or resentful. Try to make one room in your house as beautiful as possible. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. Work as hard as you possibly can on at least one thing and see what happens. If old memories still make you cry, write them down carefully and completely. Maintain your connections with people. Do not carelessly denigrate social institutions or artistic achievement. Treat yourself as if you were someone that you are responsible for helping. Ask someone to do you a small favor so that he or she can ask you do one in the future. Make friends with people who want the best for you. Do not try to rescue someone who does not want to be rescued. And be very careful about rescuing someone who does. Nothing well done is insignificant. Set your house in perfect order before you criticize the world. Dress like the person you want to be. Be precise in your speech. Stand up straight. Stand up straight. With your shoulders back. Don't avoid something frightening if it stands in your way, but don't do unnecessarily dangerous things. Do not let your children do anything that makes you dislike them. Do not transform your wife into a maid. Do not hide unwanted things in the fog. Notice that opportunity lurks where responsibility has been abdicated. Read something written by someone great. Pet a cat when you encounter one on the street. Do not bother children when they are skateboarding. Don't let bullies
Get away with it.
Write a letter to the government. You see something that needs fixing and propose a solution. Remember that what you do not yet know is more important than what you already know. Be grateful. In spite of your suffering.
All the youngers carry the news. 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 I'll see you when you get there. If you ever get there, I'll see you when you get there. I said I'll see you when you get there. If you ever get there, see you when you get there. Jordan B. Peterson, son of Peter, Jordan B. In there at number 44. On the Meaningwave, Hot 150, Top 150. Not 150, 50. We're doing the 50. The 50 most streamed Meaningwave songs in August 2020. That's what we're counting down right now. The data comes from Spotify, iTunes, and YouTube. Yes, it does. Shouts out to everybody locked in. Shouts out to everyone who's supporting. You are blessed. What up, Andrew Pullman? Welcome to The Wave. What up, Luke? What up, Detail by Andrew? Says those Joseph Campbell Kill the Dragon song. Yo, that's definitely not in the top 50 because it hasn't been released. That's unreleased, so that is not in the top 150 or the top 50. Why do I keep saying 150? Matt Lally in the house says, take this money, convert it to pennies, put it in a bag, and whack. Whack what? Whack what? Tell me, let me read. The cable guy with it. Oh my goodness, yeah. Yeah, my daily struggles. My daily struggles with the internet. You know, for a person who has taken upon it himself to stream twice a day, every day of his life, that's the one thing about living here in Texas that has been difficult is that I've had internet problems literally every single day. Every single day. And, you know, that's because God is insistent that I struggle and suffer. That I suffer. Suffering on the other side is suffering, and that's just the facts. Anyway, we're counting down that top 50. At 44, it's 42 Rules for Life. At 43, There Will Be Noise. Alan Watts at number 42. And Aperture, Alan Watts. Number 41, This Is It, Jocko Willink. And number 40. Also Jocko Willink, from the album Meaningwave Masterpieces, Volume 1. This is Jocko Willink reading the words of Rudyard Kipling with music by Akira The Don. Of course, this is If.
Akira The Don. He's got clout.
If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim. Akira. You can meet triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same. If you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn out tools.
Yeah! If.
If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on.
Hold on! If.
If neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much. Fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run. Yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And, which is more,
you'll be a man, my son. Yeah! F! 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 Aye. That's right, baby. That's Jocko Willink there. Number 40 on the Meaningwave Hot 150. From the album Meaningwave Masterpieces Volume 1. Imagine if there was a Meaningwave Masterpieces Volume 2. Featuring 20 different speakers. Voices, should we say. Imagine there was a Meaningwave Masterpieces Volume 2 with 20 unique voices. That would be pretty epic. What also would be epic is knowing that at number 39 is This Way, That Way from What's Wave 5, The Web of Life. Akira The Don and Alan Watts. This is one of my favorites. I'd forgotten about this song, so we played it on the vinyl listen through. You know, we had the vinyl listen through. We've now confirmed that the vinyl is indeed good. It's going to press.
Really, deep down,
we are
each one of us, everything that there is. Doing it this way,
then again that way,
and again another way.
Hey.
Doing it this way,
then again that way,
and again another way. Really,
deep down, we are
each one of us, everything that there is.
Doing it this way, then again that way, then again another way.
And that's what it keeps up doing forever and ever.
Forever and ever.
It has holidays, which are called deaths. You know, in the story of the creation of the world in the Bible, God works for 7 days and rests the seventh. It's necessary to have a holiday. Holidays, holy day. The point is that a holiday is pause between something going on, is of the essence of the idea of a web. A famous Irishman is supposed to have described a net as a lot of holes tied together with string. So the holes are very, very important. These are the holy days. You see the holes. This all goes together. Really, deep down, we are, each one of us, everything that there is. Doing it this way, and again that way, and again another way. Doing it this way, and again that way, and again another way. Really, deep down, we are, each one of us, everything that there is. Doing it this way, and again that way, and again another way. And that's what it keeps up doing forever and ever. So, there must be that interval. And it exists on all kinds of levels. It isn't simply that there is, for example, a sound that is sounded, is a vibration. And the sound goes on and off. Everything that we call sound is sound silence. There is no such thing as pure sound. You couldn't hear it. What you hear is that tap, 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 tap against the eardrum. But it happens very fast, so that you get more of an impression of sound than you do of silence. That between every little undulation of sound, there is also an interval. When you listen to music, you hear a melody. When you listen to music, you hear a melody. When you listen to music, you hear a melody. When you listen to music, you hear a melody. When you listen to music, you hear a melody. When you listen to music, you hear a melody. Really, deep down, we are, each one of us, everything that there is. Doing it this way, and again that way, and again another way. Doing it this way, and again that way, and again another way. Really, deep down, we are, each one of us, everything that there is. Doing it this way, and again that way, and again another way.
Yeah.
And that's what it keeps up doing forever
Ever and ever. When you listen to music, you hear a melody. When you listen to music, you hear a melody.
When you listen to music, you hear a melody. When you listen to music, you hear a melody. But what you hear, actually, that makes the melody significant are the steps between the tones, what we call the intervals. And a person who doesn't hear intervals is tone deaf. He only hears noises. He doesn't hear the steps. So that interval between whatever happens is as important as what happens. So we'll call these two things, the sound and the silence, the life and the death, somewhat analogous in weaving to the warp and the woof. Now, look at the marvelous way in which warp and woof go together. A piece of cloth is an extraordinary thing when you consider it's made of a line of string. There's something that always struck me as a child. Fabulous. That string, just thread, could turn into cloth. Why should it hang together? How improbable.
Huh? Shouts out to String, baby. Shouts out to Alan Watts, dominating the 30s in the Meaningwave Top 50. He's there at number 39 with This Way, That Way. He's at number 38 with Gangster Arrangement. He's at number 37 with Patterns on the Waves. At number 36 with Considered Death. Then interrupting that run at 35, David Goggins. Woo! Make some noise for David Goggins in the chat. All them wave emojis right now, baby. Flood. Also, you better smash that like. What's cracking?
Akira
The Don.
He's got clout.
You what? Alright.
Because I'm going to say the exact opposite of what today's world is saying. So we read a bunch of books nowadays. As humans, we want to find out how to be someone else. What we don't do is we don't go inside. So literally turn yourself inside out. Like we're writing a book every day of our lives, but we never read that book. You have to look inside of yourself to see what you really want. What are you passionate about? We use these words and these little phrases of only the strong survive and all this other crap. They're all just fucking words. I get so tired of hearing people just talking. Like right now, someone may think Goggins is just talking. You don't know me. So when I speak from passion. I speak from experience. I speak from suffering. I speak from suffering.
Yeah.
The only way you're ever going to get to the other side of this journey is you have got to suffer. To grow.
Thank you, Spectrum.
You must suffer.
Woo!
I speak from suffering.
Yeah, I do. Oh my goodness.
Some people will get it and some people won't.
I do.
But they have to see what their journey is to start their journey. several people live to be 100 years old.
What do they do?
And they have great lives. And they have great kids. Their kids go to college and all sorts of stuff. But somewhere in their life, there was a point where they had a decision to make. They can go left or right on this path.
Left or right on this path.
They can go left or right on this path. Left was the easy route. Right was the hard route. A lot of people take the easy route. And they had a good life that way, but the better life was going to the right. And you may have 20 years of pain and suffering to get past it, but a lot of us die never truly starting our journey. And you gotta start your journey. It may suck, but it will come out the other side where you're coasting.
Whoop! Coasting.
I speak from suffering. I speak from suffering. The only way you're ever going to get to the other side of this journey is you have got to suffer.
To grow. To grow, you must suffer.
I speak from suffering.
Yeah. Shouts out to everyone with Time Warner Cable, aka Spectrum Internet. You too speak from suffering, I'm sure. Yeah, baby, we out here. Counting down the Meaningwave Hot 150, the top 150, baby. Shouts out to everybody locked in. What up, Chris says did some suffering today. I finished a 5-mile run for the first time in a long while. Yo, get after it, baby. Get after it. Get after it, baby. Who, brave citizens of the MAZ, aka the Meaningwave Autonomous Zone, who do you think is number one this month? We had an upset last month. I think it was last month. We counted it down, and we're going to be doing this regularly. Last month there was an upset when an Akira The Don instrumental swiped the top spot, swiped it away from your boy Jocko. Your boy Jocko was dominating that top 10. He had like 6 joints in the top 10 or something. And then along came some sneaky little lo-fi boy and just swiped that number one spot. Swiped it. Who's going to be number one this week? This month? We're doing it monthly. Who has got number one for August? What new entries do we think we're going to see in the top 20? What do you think is going to be going on? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Will Castle of Time Lo-Fi retain its number one position? Juan Manuel Combeto will it? Maybe Joe? Are we going to see some new entry action from Dr. Rogan? Maybe. You never know. And it's also worth bearing in mind that the Scott Adams album came out, like 5 weeks ago or something? So maybe there's some action from that. Who knows? Who knows, baby? Who knows? We're going to find out, though. Anyway, here we are at number. Let's continue the counting. The counting. It's very exciting counting, isn't it? Everybody likes counting, particularly when it's in the direction towards a 1. Like backwards counting is for some reason way more exciting than the other kind of counting, because I guess that could just go on forever, whereas this way it's going to get somewhere. Number 38 was Gangster Arrangement. Number 37, Patterns on the Waves, also with Alan Watts. 36, Considered Death, Alan Watts. Number 35, From Suffering with David Goggins. Number 34, From a Certain Point of View, Alan Watts, from the most recent album, Watts Wave 6, The Web of Life Part 2. Play on Demand was at number 33. You Love Yourself, also from the most recent album, was at number 32. And at number 31, holding strong and powerful and standing up straight with his shoulders back, is the King Lobster himself. Yeah, dig.
Chapter I have in
from the very first Meaningwave album, the first track from the first Meaningwave album.
And it's an injunction to be combative.
Holding strong at 31.
But also to adopt a stance.
Make some noise.
With the world and to reflect that in your posture.
I kind of have an affinity for lobsters. When a lobster loses a fight, he kind of crunches down, so he looks smaller. When he wins a fight, he stretches out, looks bigger. And so he's signaling to other lobsters the tally of his victory. So you think, well, so what? The lobster runs on serotonin, neurochemical. And if the lobster loses, the serotonin levels go down. And if he wins, the serotonin levels go up. And when the serotonin levels go up, he stretches out. And he's a confident lobster. And one of the consequences of that is if a lobster loses a battle and you give him the equivalent of antidepressant, then he stretches out and he'll go fight again. Stand up straight, stand up straight,
Hey.
stand up straight
With your shoulders back.
Stand up straight,
Hey.
stand up straight,
Hey.
stand up straight
With your shoulders back.
Stand up straight,
Hey.
stand up straight,
Hey.
stand up straight,
With your shoulders back.
stand up straight,
Hey.
stand up straight,
Hey.
stand up straight with your shoulders back. So antidepressants work on lobsters. And you think, well, who cares? It's like, no. You don't get it. We diverged from lobsters from an evolutionary perspective 350 million years ago, and it's the same circuit. It's absolutely unbelievable. And that shows you how deep inside you, how basic, how primordial that circuit is in you. It's sizing other people up and looking at where they fit in the hierarchy. The idea of the hierarchy is at least 350 million years old. And so I read that and I think, well, so much for the idea that human hierarchies are a sociocultural construct. It's like, no, that's wrong. It's not just a little bit wrong, it's unbelievably wrong. It's mind-bogglingly wrong. Lobsters have hierarchies. That's 1/3 of a billion years ago. Okay, that's not a social construction. It's part of being itself. And if you only see a hierarchy as power and tyranny, then you're looking at the world wrong. Stand up straight, stand up straight,
Hey.
stand up straight.
With your shoulders back.
Stand up straight,
Hey.
stand up straight,
Hey.
stand up straight.
With your shoulders back.
Stand up straight,
Hey.
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 stand up straight,
Come on.
stand up straight with your shoulders back. So this space.
Yeah. There at number 31. Stand up straight with your shoulders back, baby. Who's that boy? Who's that boy? That boy is Jordan B. Peterson. Of course, that's who it is. That's who it is. Jordan B. Peterson. Now, where are we at? Let's see. Hey. Woo! So, number 30, Jordan B. Peterson, stand up straight with your shoulders back. At number 30, do things that are delightful to you. Alan Watts and Akira The Don. 29, that thing which really is genuine. From also from What's Wave 6, The Web of Life Part 2. Alan Watts really smashing it in the middle section here, particularly with these most recent songs. It's nice to see most recent songs doing well. It's interesting because with the way streaming is, it actually, if something gets on playlists, older songs can often do better than newer songs. So it's always nice to see the newer songs doing well. That means they're doing really well, you know. That thing which really is genuine at number 29. Number 28 is Jocko Willink with Unbroken from his smash hit album The Path. I should check the status on the on it. That's platinum status. That's like multi-millions in the streaming by this point. I should check on that. I think I need to send Jocko a plaque. You dig? At number 27 from Lo-Fi Beats 1, I think. When You Wish Upon a Star. Lo-Fi, Akira The Don, that's what you're listening to right now. Yes, you are at number 26. At number 26. He says, why can't I find it? What's going on? Oh, there you go. There we go. At number 26, Scott Adams and Akira The Don, The Mating Process. Oh my goodness. And we just hit 100 likes. That means the internet should be nice from now on.
You should know that the mating instinct is the base of pretty much all of your impulses. So if you haven't learned that pretty much everything from the way you talk, present yourself, hold yourself, dress, everything you do is some kind of expression of your mating instinct, whether you like it or not. Let the beat ride. Everything you show off about that you don't want to show if you have a flaw, pretty much everything you do comes back to wanting to look good and present yourself well for mating purposes. Once you understand that, you you start to understand where the buttons are, because you'll say,
oh,
that's why that's happening. It's an extension of the mating process.
Oh,
that's why that's happening.
Hey,
it's an extension of the mating process.
Oh,
that's why that's happening. It's an extension of the mating process. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. You'll see it everywhere. Oh, that's why that's happening. It's an extension of the mating process.
There's no call to higher being. This is also why, I've mentioned to people that they should clean up their room.
Number 25.
Become quite the internet meme. But I'm really serious.
Yeah, boy.
Because it's really hard to do that.
JBP, make some noise.
Clean it up. You
also make it beautiful.
Make it beautiful.
Whoop.
Make it beautiful. Make it beautiful. Make it beautiful. Make it beautiful. It's really hard to make something beautiful. Make it beautiful. It's really worthwhile. Make it beautiful. It's really hard to make something beautiful. Make it beautiful. It's really worthwhile. What's really cool is if you learn to make something beautiful, even one thing, if you can just make one thing in your life beautiful, then you've established a relationship with beauty. And then you can start to expand that relationship with beauty out into the world, like into other elements of your life. And that is so worthwhile. It's just incredibly, crazily worthwhile. Make it beautiful.
Whoa!
Make it beautiful.
You dig.
Make it beautiful. Make it beautiful. Make it beautiful.
It's really hard to make something beautiful.
Make it beautiful.
And it's really worthwhile.
Make it beautiful.
It's really hard to make something beautiful.
Make it beautiful.
And it's really worthwhile. 25. Jordan B. Peterson, Akira The Don, Make It Beautiful from the album Genesis. Wouldn't it be nice to have that on vinyl? And number 24, brand new entry from Joseph Rogan. It's the first track of the album Experience. This is Be The Hero. Kicking off a lot of workouts over the past 2 weeks since this came out. Only been out 2 weeks. Not even that. Less than 2 weeks. Wow.
You have to be the hero of your own story. And you can do that. You have to be the hero of your own story. And you can do that.
90% of it is just showing up. Get there and start. You're not going to feel perfect every day. Gotta be those days you push through. This is what I want you to do. Write down what you would like to fix about your life. If you're 30 pounds overweight, you want to lose 30 pounds? Do it the right way. Write down what you eat. Exercise every day. Force yourself to do it. The brain is the general, the troops are the body, and you get up and you do it. And then you get to write it down.
You're doing what you got to do to get by, but ultimately you're not respecting yourself. I think we all have a certain amount of appreciation and respect for hero figures. We all look at the guy who never lies, always does the right thing, and fucking helps everybody out, and that's the John Wayne character. That's the ultimate hero. The ultimate hero. You have to be the hero of your own story. And you can do that. You have to be the hero of your own story. And you can do.
Joseph Rogan, Be The Hero. Be that hero, baby. Be the hero of your own story at number 24. At number 23, It's Time featuring Alan Watts. That was the first Meaningwave song to just start kicking off on Spotify. And then it all just started kicking off on Spotify after that. Shouts out to Spotify. We just hit a new milestone on Spotify. 150,000 separate human individuals listen to our music on Spotify alone in the past 28 days. How about that? Shouts out to all of you. Shouts out to all of you. What's up, Just Steve says, I swear I've got to be one of the top listeners of The Experience. I don't think I've listened to anything else since this album dropped. It's helped me a lot. I've never achieved so much. You bad, bad man. Proud of you. What up, Pizio Cat says, shouts out to all the Maz heroes. That's right. Shouts out to all of the Maz heroes. What up, Kristen Besses? How you doing? What's cracking? Kayla Sherrod says, don't tease me. Is that JBP Wave Genesis available on vinyl? The very first Meaningwave vinyl is being pressed right now. It's the Alan Watts Wave vinyl. Once that ships, once that's in your hands, we'll announce the next vinyl campaign. And the vinyl campaign will go with a brand new album. And it will also collect together a classic album. That's how we're going to be rolling these out initially. And, you know, wonder what that might be. Wonder what it might be. Wonder what it might be. Wonder what's at number 22. Number 23 is Time. Alan Watts. Number 22 is your boy, Jocko. Mind Control. Mind Control.
Akira. He's got
Clouds. Yeah.
You know, when people think of the word mind control, they think of controlling other people's minds. And when I think about mind control,
get that hitter.
Controlling your own mind. Because while I am obviously a physical person, and I embrace physicality, we are our minds. What it means and where the you actually is, and whether there's a soul or a brain or whatever, your heart or some other conjured up place. This is what I know, is that your mind, the thing that is listening and comprehending these words right now, that is you. And that thing, that mind, you can control. You are the machine. Mind control. You are the machine. Mind control. And you can control the machine. Mind control. You have that ability. Mind control. And that you are going to do what you want to do. And people ask me, how do I get tougher? Be tougher. They ask me, how can I wake up earlier in the morning? The answer is, wake up earlier in the morning. How can I work out consistently every single day? Work out consistently every single day. How can I stop from eating sugar? All together now. Stop eating sugar. What about the emotions? How can I stop missing that girl or that guy or whoever broke up with me? How can I stop missing them? Stop missing them. That is mind control. You have that ability. You just have to assert it. You have to decide that you're going to be in control. Mind control. You are the machine. Mind control. And you can control the machine. Mind control. You have that ability. Mind control. And that you're going to do what you want to do.
Hard work and persistence, self-reliance always, strength, perseverance, self-control. Hard work and persistence, self-reliance always, cheerful, strength, perseverance, self-control.
Compassion, unwavering adherence to decisions once he'd reached them. Indifference to superficial honors. Listening to anyone who can contribute to the public good. His dogged determination to treat people as they deserved. A sense of when to push and when to back off. His altruism. Not expecting his friends to keep him entertained at dinner or to travel with him. And anyone who had to stay behind to take care of something
nothing, always finding the same when he returned. His searching questions at meetings, a kind of single-mindedness, almost never content with first impressions or breaking up the discussion prematurely. His constancy to friends, never getting fed up with them or playing favorites. And his advanced planning, well in advance. And his discreet attention to even minor things, his restrictions on acclamations, and all attempts to flatter him, his constant devotion to the empire's needs, his stewardship of the treasury, willingness to take responsibility and blame for both. His attitude to the gods, no superstitiousness. His attitude to men, no demagoguery, no currying favor, no pandering. Always sober, always steady, never vulgar or a prey to fads. No currying favor, no pandering. Always sober, always steady, never vulgar or a prey to fads. Hard work and persistence, self-reliance always, strength, perseverance, self-control. Hard work and persistence, self-reliance, always cheerful, strength, perseverance, self-control.
And who would have thunk it, baby? Who would have imagined? The number 22 is Mind Control, featuring Jocko Willink, and then at number 21, it's Self-Control, Akira The Don and Marcus Aurelius. And also, who would have thought the two songs would be at the same tempo and in compatibly harmonic keys? I mean, that's beautiful. Shouts out to the simulation for that little gift, you know, that little goodie. Very much appreciated there. Very much appreciated. Shouts out to Andrew Kamarumbi. He says, blessings, would you shout out my wife Bianca and I for our 3rd wedding anniversary? We've been getting after it, but hope to be here regularly again. Well. Congratulations on your 3rd wedding anniversary, Bianca and Andrew. What a beautiful thing. What a beautiful thing, baby. God bless you both. God bless all the lovers out there. You know, and God bless everyone who's waiting for their lover. They on the way, baby. They coming. They coming. They're in the supermarket or something. You know, they're somewhere. They're somewhere. They're somewhere. Don't you worry. Hey, number 20, Over the Rainbow, Lofi. Nice. And number 19, a classic. An absolute beautiful classic. What's the number 19? Oh, hi.
Towards something. You got to be oriented towards something.
Yeah, you do.
Because otherwise you're disoriented. You just spin around in circles and then you suffer. And so do people around you. It's not a good solution. Orient yourself towards something. You have to figure out what it is. What will work for you? What goal would justify the suffering of your life? Start trying to piece that together. You're going to get better at it. But it's a personal process. So you need a personal place to stand, because otherwise you're going to be handed a place to stand on a plate. And it may be one that makes you a puppet of someone else's goals. So I would say, you know, what are the processes? Well, I think what I've recommended to people is clean up your room. 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 That's a good start. Organize your local landscape. Schedule your time. Start taking control of yourself. See if you can stop saying things you know to be lies. That's not the same as telling the truth. You don't get to do that to begin with because you're not good enough at it to even attempt it in some sense. But everyone can stop saying things they know to be falsehoods. Stop saying things that violate your conscience. Here's another idea. Stop saying and doing things that make you feel weak. Because all you have to do is pay attention to that. Some things you do will make you feel disintegrated. It's a physiological sensation. Some things improve your integrity and some things disintegrate you. Now, The things that disintegrate you, you often do to impress other people, or because you're taking a shortcut, or you're escaping what you know to be your moral obligation. And your moral obligation stems naturally from your aims. And if you don't have an aim, well, then you're aimless. So that's not a solution. So along with the aims come the moral obligations. Then when you violate the moral obligations, you'll have a sense of that violation. It's like, well, you have to stop doing that. Or that's something you could do. You don't have to. You don't have to do any of this. But I would say that's where people should start. You start small. Clean up your room.
Yeah, baby.
Clean up your room.
Hey.
Clean up your room.
Hey.
Clean up your room.
Hey.
I had a girl come up to me last night. She said, I started cleaning up my room.
Okay.
And it completely changed my life. She said, your room is an externalization of your mind. And that's right. That's exactly true.
I want to see that conversation.
In your room, there is you. Now, that isn't how people think. That's okay. It doesn't matter if they think that way. That's how it is. So, straighten up what you can straighten up and quit saying things that make you feel weak. And then
you'll know what to do next. Hey, clean up your room. Yeah, that immortal classic, Clean Up Your Room, is at number 19 from JBP Wave Father. And also, of course, from JBP Wave 1. You know, the earliest version of that was on JBP Wave 1. The long-form mix that kicked off the Meaningwave universe. Yes. Number 19 on the Meaningwave Hot 150. At number 18 is Wishes from JBP Wave Genesis. Number 17 is Jocko Willink, I Wake Up Early Thinking About the Enemy. And that's not the New Musical Express, the old music magazine. No, it's the Enemy, which is also could be construed as the New Musical Express, what with them being evil. I joke. Oh, I joke. What number are we at? Number 16. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted to.
I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted to. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. And you would, of course, be able to alter your time sense. And slip, say, 75 years of subjective time into 8 hours of sleep. You would, I suppose, start out by fulfilling all your wishes. You could design for yourself what would be the most ecstatic life. Love affairs, banquets, dancing girls,
wonderful journeys,
love affairs,
banquets,
dancing girls, wonderful journeys, gardens, music beyond belief.
Akira. Meaningwave.
Music beyond belief.
Meaningwave.
Music beyond belief.
Aye. Come on.
I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted to. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted to. Any dream you wanted to. Any dream you wanted to. Any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted.
What? Woohoo! Young Hercules there. I thought he was going to come on and sing that song. He has done a remix of that song. I don't know if you all ever heard it. It was pretty epic. At number 16, Akira The Don and Alan Watts, Any Dream You Wanted. At number 15, Akira The Don and Jordan B. Peterson, The Wave from JBP Wave Genesis. At number 14, Akira The Don and Jocko Willink, Fight from The Path. And at number 13, Ordinary Everyday Consciousness from What's Wave 5, The Web of Life Part 1. Number 12, a lot of people were wondering where this was going to be. Some people think this should be number 1. I mean, I wouldn't disagree. I mean, it is amazing. But it's not at number 1 in the Meaningwave Top 50, which is the combined streaming tally from across YouTube, from Spotify and iTunes. Oh, no. At number 12, we're grateful to the gods. Yeah.
Akira.
Hey.
He's got clout.
Hey. When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. What? They are like this because they can't tell good from evil. But I have seen the beauty of good and the ugliness of evil, and have recognized that the wrongdoer has a nature related to my own. Not of the same blood or birth, but the same mind, and possessing a share of the divine. Not of the same blood or birth, but the same mind, and possessing a share of the divine. So none of them can hurt me. No one can implicate me in ugliness, nor can I feel angry at my relative or hate him. We were born to work together like feet, hands, and eyes, like the two rows of teeth, upper and lower. To obstruct each other is unnatural. To feel anger at someone, to turn your back on him. These are obstructions. Yo, disguise your thirst for books so you won't die in bitterness, but in cheerfulness and truth. Grateful to the gods from the bottom of your heart. Grateful to the gods in the bottom of your heart. Disguise your thirst for books so you won't die in bitterness, but in cheerfulness and truth. Grateful to the gods from the bottom of your heart. Grateful to the gods from the bottom of your heart. Disguise your thirst for books so you won't die in bitterness, but in cheerfulness and truth. Grateful to the gods from the bottom of your heart. Grateful to the gods from the bottom of your heart.
What separates me from a lot of people is they go into a daunting task.
Daunting
and the
task.
task is overwhelming.
Hey.
Akira.
I heard the pull-up record was 4,000.
Grateful to the gods at number 11111212. At number 11 is David Goggins, baby.
I went right to a pen and paper. What are you doing?
What's going on?
I'm doing the math, man.
Woo!
I'm doing the math, man.
Hey.
What are you talking about? I'm doing the math, man.
Hey.
I'm open-minded to the fact that, okay, if I do 5 pull-ups in a minute for so many hours, I can get so many pull-ups in. How much time do I have to rest? I was breaking the math down. You have to be open-minded to the possibilities that I can do this. Once you shut your mind down to the possibility that it can be achieved, there's no way it can happen. So that's why my eyes and my body light up about things, because I know that if you're in a fight, you have to attack. You have to keep attacking. The enemy has to know he is not going to give up.
Make some noise in the chat, baby.
The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. You must break the soul.
Whatever the fuck is in front of you. Whatever the fuck is in front of you. Whatever the fuck is in front of you. Whatever the fuck is in front of you.
The enemy has to know
he is not going to give up.
You must break the soul. Whatever the fuck is in front of you.
Yeah. Number 11 is David Goggins. Doing the math, man. And it's worth noting that David Goggins actually absolutely dominates over on Apple. On Apple Music, the Goggins album occupies like half of the top 30 or something. It's like crazy. Well, I mean, it's peppered all over it type thing. And that one is like, I think it's number 1 on Apple Music. But Apple Music makes up for like 20% of total streams. So adding them all together, that leaves that guy at number 11. Shouts out to that guy, baby. And we're heading into the top 10 now. It's interesting to note the sort of tracks that get like mad traction at the top of these charts. They all have certain things in common. Number 10, Jocko Willink. Discipline. Discipline equals freedom. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
If you could have a gigantic billboard anywhere with anything on it, what would it say? And
why?
One of my I guess my mantra is a very simple one. Discipline equals freedom.
What?
Discipline equals freedom, 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 equals discipline equals freedom, 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 equals.
financial freedom? Implement long-term financial discipline in your life. Do you want to be physically free to move how you want? To be free from many health issues caused by poor lifestyle choices? Then you have to have the discipline to eat healthy food and consistently work out. We all want freedom. Discipline is the only way to
get it.
Discipline
equals freedom, equals freedom, equals freedom, equals freedom, equals freedom, equals freedom, equals freedom. Yeah.
Discipline
equals freedom, equals freedom, equals freedom, equals freedom, equals freedom. Yeah. Go.
Equals discipline.
Equals freedom, equals freedom, equals freedom, equals freedom, equals freedom, equals freedom, equals
discipline.
Equals freedom, equals freedom, equals freedom, equals freedom, equals freedom, equals freedom, equals freedom. Yo, at number 10, discipline equals freedom, and brand new at number 9, discipline gets things done. Ha ha!
The one thing that discipline definitely does help you with, it helps you get things done. And when you get things done, when you actually do things, you have more success. A big part of success is just not being fucking lazy and just doing it. 90% of it is just showing up. Get there and start working. Like, you're not gonna feel perfect every day. If I only worked out when I felt good, I'd be a fat fuck. Because there's a lot of days I don't want to do it. I mean, it's pretty much the same with everybody that actually gets good at something. There's got to be those days you push through. They're probably going to be more numerous than the days you don't. And so the benefit of discipline in my eyes has always been that through discipline, I get things done. I'm like the most lazy, disciplined person I know. Because I don't want to do it.
He's got
through discipline, I get things done.
The pro goes to work.
Through discipline, I get things done.
This is what I do.
I also think that discipline,
make some noise for Jocko Willink,
creativity, when you're on the battlefield, is an absolute exercise in creativity. How are we going to attack them? How are we going to disorganize them? How are we going to get in their head? That's all just massive creativity. And when I look at people that are artists, I would imagine the more disciplined you are, you got to write stuff down. You got to read. You got to increase your vocabulary so that you are quicker and sharper, so that when people are saying things, you have more words to battle back at them. All those things, all that freedom that you get on stage comes from the discipline. You study, you learn, you read, you write, you talk, you go through things. Is that an accurate statement?
Absolutely accurate.
Through discipline, I get things done. The pro goes to work. Through discipline, I get things done. This is what I do. Through discipline, I get things done. The pro goes to work. Through discipline, I get things done. This is what I do.
Here are the other buttons, which are mostly self-explanatory. But freedom is a big thing. People will trade a lot
goodness.
for freedom. You could say, would you like a bad life with freedom or a good life with no freedom? And people will take the bad life with freedom. So if you ever have a chance to create a situation where you can offer someone more freedom, that's very powerful. That's a button. And you should get as much for yourself as you can. And you can use it as a tool to help other people get what they want, because they will trade a lot.
They will trade a lot. They will trade a lot. They will trade a lot.
They will trade a lot.
They will trade a lot. They will trade a lot. They will trade a lot.
People will trade a lot for freedom.
Yeah, they will, baby.
Because they will trade a lot for freedom.
Freedom. Can you believe that? Number 10, discipline equals freedom. Number 9, discipline gets things done. Number 8, for freedom, Scott Adams. Yo, that's just an epic beginning of the top 10 right there, and beautifully thematic. Shouts out to the simulation. Or I should say really shouts out to me for releasing amazing thematic music and you for enjoying it in the correct sequence. Oh my goodness, what is this right here? What have we got going on now? Number 7 is JBP.
Better than alcohol, man. Yeah, and the funny thing is, if you're trying to stop drinking, you need something better than alcohol. And alcohol's pretty good. So you better find something a lot better, man. Esteemable people do esteemable things. It's like, yeah, well, you want to figure out something that you're doing with your life that's worth not getting drunk and screwing up. You might say, well, why do people drink too much? If you like alcohol, that's a stupid question. Why do people drink too much? Well, because it's great. So why stop? Well, you do stupid things when you're drunk. You hurt yourself. You compromise your health. It's really hard on the people around you. You tend to turn into a liar, and it screws up. It's like, yeah, but it's pretty fun. Yeah, well, it is. But you need something better than that. And what's better isn't being straight and not making mistakes. It's like that's all prohibition in some sense. What's better is, no, you need an adventure, man. Alcohol. It's an interesting drug.
And if you don't like drinking, you can
it's a hell of a drug.
And if you do like drinking, well,
it's a great drug.
Everybody loves it.
It's a great drug.
Yeah, they do.
No, you need an adventure, man. You need to get out there and have something to do. Something worth waking up for. That's the substitute for the addiction. Actually, the addiction is the substitute for that. If truth be known.
If truth be known.
Alcohol really is a good drug for coping with anxiety. It makes you more extroverted and enthusiastic, more full of positive emotion. And the second thing it does is reduce anxiety.
It's a great drug.
But the problem is, it's a great drug.
In the moment.
Alcohol is an interesting drug.
And if you don't like drinking, you can sing along. And if you don't like drinking, well,
it's a great drug.
Everybody loves to drink.
It's a great drug.
They do.
Alcohol is an interesting drug because it actually doesn't make people stupid. People who are drunk will take far more risk, and you might say, well, that's because they're too stupid to understand the risk. It's like, no, they're not. If you ask them about the risk when they're drunk, they can outline it perfectly. What it stops them from doing is caring about the risk. That's why you can drive around drunk at high speed in a car, which is a really stupid thing to do.
Right.
It's fun, like so many things. It's like jumping off a cliff.
I'm flying.
True until the last 1/10 of a second. It's like, then you're not flying, man. Alcohol. It's an interesting drug.
And if you
alcohol.
You can.
It's a hell of a drug.
And if you
alcohol.
Like drinking, well,
it's a great drug.
Everybody loves a drink. One more time, let's get it.
Alcohol.
It's a drinking song. And if you don't like drinking, you can sing along. And if you
alcohol. It's a great drug. But the problem is, there's consequences.
Woo-hoo. Jordan B. Peterson there with Jordan B. Peterson's Drinking Song, brought to life by Akira The Don, featuring vocals taken from the Theo Von podcast this past weekend. Theo Von was not in the top 50. I Saw My Dad in a Dream is around number 100-ish or something like that. We got a lot of songs. We got a lot of songs. I think it's over like 600 on Spotify. We got a lot of songs, baby. We got a lot of songs. We got a lot more coming. We got a lot more songs to make, a lot more songs to come out. And this time next year, I imagine the top 50 will be almost entirely different. But who knows? Who knows? Certain things are classics and hang around for a long time, and then other things just come smashing in as a new entry at number 6.
It's this fear of discomfort. People have extreme feeling in their mind when it comes to their associations with exercise. They want to avoid discomfort. They feel any type of exercise is just like something to be avoided. That's not for me. Fuck that. I don't want to sweat. I don't want to strain. I don't want to sweat. I don't want to strain. A lot of times this association that they have is about the beginnings of getting in shape. It's not about once you're actually fit. Because once you're actually fit and you look forward to it, it feels great. If I can't get a workout in,
all them Rogan emojis right now.
Oh shit, I don't have any time for a workout.
Come
which
on.
means I'm not going to get that good feeling.
Get that good feeling.
And so instead of looking at it like, oh, I've got to go grunt and sweat sweat, I'm thinking I'm not going to feel good. I'm not going to feel relaxed. I'm not going to feel carefree. Even appreciative, like my appreciation of things, it gets enhanced greatly after exercise. I just feel better.
Better.
I want to sweat, I want to strain, I want to sweat, I want to strain, I want to sweat,
I want to strain,
I want to sweat,
I want to strain.
Get that good feeling. Get that good feeling. Get that good feeling.
Hey.
I want to sweat, I want to strain, 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 I want to sweat, I want to strain. Get that good feeling. Get that good feeling. Get that good feeling.
Yeah. Get that good feeling. I want to sweat, I want to strain. One of those songs where I took him saying something and slightly altered it for the chorus. I heard him at one point, he says, I don't want to sweat, I don't want to strain, taking the piss out of like a lazy person. I just cut those don't words and made a chorus. That's the only time you'll catch me changing what someone says, if it's to make them say something they're saying anyway.
I don't know about that.
What do you mean?
Some of them, maybe.
All of them? What are you talking about?
I think some of them just don't have discipline.
Oh, you're talking about something else entirely.
There's also an issue with momentum. You're not used to doing it. It's not part of your life. It's not something that you're accustomed to yourself. There's been many days where I didn't want to work out. I just didn't feel like I had the energy. I just forced myself. And I think there's very few people out there that know how to force themselves. That's a learned skill. You have to have like real requirements of yourself where you don't allow yourself to back out of things.
Hero.
Do something.
Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something.
Do something. Excuses are a giant part of the problem. It's not simply a physical health issue. There's also mental aspects of it, and discipline's a big one. I just know way too many people who are weak toward it. I can't just chalk it off to only the way they physically feel. Because I felt like shit 100 times, and then I worked out, and then I felt way better. It's just a fact of life. That's real.
Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something.
People don't know how to do something. If you're used to doing it, get in your car.
Sit down.
Drive to the office.
Sit down.
Go to the lunch.
Sit down.
Go to the board meeting.
Sit down.
Get in your car.
Sit down.
Get home.
Sit down.
Then go to the gym. Fuck off. It's one thing if someone has a legit physical issue, but there's a lot of people who do not. They just have poor diet choices, they have a sedentary lifestyle, and they have the momentum of this sedentary lifestyle that's holding them back. They're accustomed to being lazy. You don't have to do a lot, you just have to do something. You walk up hills, you jump a little rope, you take a little tiny kettlebell, you do a couple cleans and presses, you do a few push-ups, you do a few sit-ups, you get your blood pumping, you're moving, you're alive. To say you don't have enough energy to exercise, that is crazy to say. Can you walk to the fucking refrigerator? Yes. Well, you can exercise.
Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something.
Do something. Do something. Do something.
Ooh, number 6 there, Do Something. Do Something, Joseph Rogan from the brand new album Experience has been out for less than 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks and he's massacring the top 10. Meanwhile, this record has been hanging in that top 10 ever since it came out at the beginning of 2018, 2019? One of them. 19, I think.
How do I deal with setbacks, failures, delays, defeat, or other disasters?
Number 4, my bad, and this is number 4. That was number 5. Number 4.
Really simple way of dealing with these situations. It is actually one word to deal with all those situations. And that is
good.
Good. And this is actually something that one of my guys that worked for me pointed out to me. He would call me up or pull me aside with some major problem, some issue that was going on. And he'd say, boss, we got this and that and the other thing. And I'd look at him and I'd say, good.
Good.
one day he was telling me about some issue that he was having. He said, I already know what you're going to say. And I said, well, what am I going to say? He said, you're going to say good. 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 You're going to say good. You're going to say good. You're going to say good. Good. So that's right. You're going to say good. You're going to say good. You're going to say good. 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 People look for the shortcut, the hack. And if you came here looking for that, you won't find it.
You won't find it. Person.
The shortcut is a lie.
It's a lie.
The hack doesn't get you there.
Doesn't get you there.
If you want to take the easy road, it won't take you to where you want to be. Stronger, smarter, faster, healthier, better. Better.
Free.
To reach goals and overcome obstacles and be the best version of you possible will not happen by itself. It will not happen cutting corners, taking shortcuts, or looking for the easy way. There is no easy way. There is only hard work, late nights, early mornings, practice, rehearsal, repetition, study, sweat, blood, toil, frustration, and discipline. Discipline. There must be discipline.
Discipline. Discipline. Discipline. There must be discipline. 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 There must be. They're in at number 3 in the Meaningwave Top 50. And the Meaningwave Top 50 is number 3. There must be discipline. That means there are 3 songs about discipline in the top 10. The Discipline trilogy is all inside the top 10. Discipline equals freedom. There must be discipline. And that new entry back up there at number 9 with Discipline Gets Things Done. And given that Discipline Gets Things Done has only been out for less than 2 weeks, it'll be interesting to see how that one does as we go forward, baby, as we go forward in time. But yeah, 3 songs about discipline in the top 10. And it's very interesting. What does that say to you? You go, well, it means people like songs about discipline, huh? Well, yeah, I guess they do, but I guess there aren't many songs about discipline. Maybe that's it. Maybe there's loads of songs about sucking that pumpkin or whatever it is. And, you know, and loving your baby. But maybe not enough songs about discipline. Maybe there's a gap in the market for songs about discipline, huh? Watch everybody go out and write loads of songs about discipline now. Ego Cognizant says, it tells me people crave discipline. In Madness Lies Sanity says, I need discipline. Actually, if you look at all the songs, like in the top 10, let's have a look at the songs. What are they about? Let's see, the top 10 songs. Number 10 is Discipline Equals Freedom. That's a song about discipline, equaling freedom. Number 9 is Discipline Gets Things Done. That's a song about how discipline is actually a route to achievement, you know? Number 8 is For Freedom, which is a song about like all the things that people would trade and how powerful and important freedom is. Bearing in mind at number 10, we learned that discipline gets you that freedom. Number 7 is Jordan B. Peterson's Drinking Song, which is actually a song about how, you know, choosing an adventure rather than alcoholism will lead you to a joyful life. At number 6 is Get That Good Feeling, which is a song about how the discipline of working out every day will get you feeling good, baby. That's interesting. At number 5, it's a song called Do Something, which is about getting off your lazy ass. You know, and there's a very common theme here with all these songs. At number 4, it's a song called Good, which is about, you know, just like recognizing what's to be learned and gained from every situation, you know. At number 3, it's a song called There Must Be Discipline, which, as far as I can tell, is a song about how there must be discipline. Wow, what a very thematic top 10. Feels like it works. By the way, feels like it works. I was expecting to see that in the top 50, and I think it might have just missed it. I need to go back and look at that because I actually thought it was in there. I thought it was in there. I thought it was. Interesting. Anyway, number 2. What's the number 2? We'll see. Last month, if you recall, Jocko was at number 2. And number 1 was a song called Castle of Time Lo-Fi from the Lo-Fi Beats LP. It happened to be the music from one of the songs off What's Wave 2, which is about to get turned into an album. Anyway, who is at number 2? Number 2, it is... Oh, number 2. It's that Castle of Time Lo-Fi. It's at number 2. It's been dethroned. It's no longer number 1, even though it's on a really big Lo-Fi playlist, which is powering it on Spotify. It's not on a Lo-Fi playlist on iTunes or Apple Music. It still does pretty well over there. It's still in the top at least 100. I need to check. And, you know, it does well on YouTube as well, but... Dethroned. Dethroned, baby. But still sitting epic at number 2. That's a pretty powerful and lofty position to be in. And it's a beautiful piece of music. What's at number 1? YouTube hero Alex thinks it's Fear Factor. A Boss says, wait, what we're getting What's Wave 2 is a printed album, or I misunderstood? No. It's getting, What's Wave 2 is getting recreated as an album. It was a mix, if you recall. What's Wave 2 is Akira The Don chopping up Alan Watts over the top of mostly other people's instrumentals in the form of a mix. Akira The Don, that was when he hadn't fully, you know... how would you say, refined the Meaningwave psychotechnology. Yeah, the Meaningwave psychotechnology is now a somewhat more refined thing. And you might know there's an album called JBP Wave Father. What we did there was essentially take JBP Wave 1, the mix, and refine that and turn it into an album, a collection of something like 17 epic singles that could all work on their own and also work together as a full album. You know, we're going to do that same thing to What's Wave 2. That was a stretch goal on the What's Wave album campaign. If we hit 20K, we said we'd remake that as an album, and we did, so we are. That's about to go down. Meanwhile, What's Wave 5 and 6, the albums have been, the test pressings are here. We've listened to them. Charlotte's got one more to listen to, and then we're pressing go. We've already pressed go on 6, and the vinyl that's already being pressed right now. So anyway, that was the Meaningwave Hot 150. I got a couple of questions to ask you, because I think I'm going to do this regularly. We'll do it once a month. We'll count down the top 50. It does seem to change, you know, and it's interesting to track these trends. Now, due to the length of the music and the number of songs played, the evening broadcast here is usually a 2-hour show. You know, it's a 2-hour-long show. So it was impossible for me to play all of the songs, and all of them certainly in their entirety, because the top 50 songs with no talking, if we were to play them all, would take 4 hours. So the question is this. Going forward, we'll do, once a month, we'll do a top 50. Should it be like this? Was this cool? Did this work? Or would you rather a 4-hour show where the songs got played in their entirety and all of them got played? Let me know in the chat right now. And if you're listening on the podcast and you want your opinion to be known on this, you can always send us an email via wecare@meaningwave.com and let us know your thoughts. And if you're listening on the podcast and you feel a bit left out, you know, you could try and make a live stream. We're at 7 in the morning and 7 in the evening, every day live. 7 in the morning CT on Twitch and 7 in the evening live on YouTube. But if it's impossible for you to do that and you still want to be involved and make your thoughts and feelings known, you could always send us an email, wecare@meaningwave.com, because, hey, baby, we do. You know, we care. At Meaningwave, we care. Jack Crowley wants 4 hours. Fool Killer says this was good. Joe's Bakery says 3 a.m. is late enough for me. Joshua Tran says this worked. It would be a lot of the same month to month, even with minor shakeups. Val says 2-hour shows are good, like this mixed up dealer's choice style. Commander 8 says this shortened format worked for me. Okay, wonderful. Matthew Felsey says this format was great. Bradford White says I prefer whatever maximizes the Don's vibes. Matt Crittenden says short format good. Richard Salmon says I would love for because it's hard to be #1, but it's still high ranking in my book. If there's songs that have not been here, and you're like, why are they not in the top 50? Well, what you need to do is go make those songs more popular. And the way you make them more popular is send them to your homies, put them on playlists, write to people who run popular playlists and suggest they add these songs, all that sort of stuff. Send it to people on Twitter, put it on people's Instagrams, post it in your stories, all that sort of thing. If you're like, why isn't that Internet Historian Be Me track in the top 50? Why don't more people know about it? Go make some noise about it and maybe it'll kick off, you know? That's how it goes. The reason, for example, that Time kicked off, part of the reason Time kicked off is a couple of people started posting it on their Instagram stories, and it sort of popped off from there, the initial spike, and that song remains in the top 20 as a result of that, you know. So you are more powerful than you think. You're more powerful than you think. Aldous Massey says this was great, but 4 hours would be awesome too. Top 50 Spotify playlist would be great too. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea, Aldous Massey. The top 50 Spotify playlist, and I could change it every month. That's a good idea, Aldous Massey. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do it. Good idea, Aldous Massey, you bad man. Shouts out to Aldous Massey, and if you all don't know about Aldous Massey and C Parler, why don't you just type C Parler, SEEPALA, into your DuckDuckGo or your, you know, whatever kind of CIA search mechanism you're using, Alta Vista, whatever it is, baby, and see what happens. C Parler. Type C Parler and see what's cracking. Now, let's get it. Let's find out what's at #1. What does everyone think's at #1? Andrew Pullman says, do it like this, but do a top 100. We did that last time. That's what we did last time, and we couldn't play every single song, and it still took like 5 hours. Do you not remember that stream? That stream was crazy. But, you know, maybe that's what we should be doing this month. I don't know. I don't know, baby. Jack Crowley says, songs should be played in full. Well, that means like a 5-hour show. That's what that means. That's what that means. Maybe we'll have to have a vote. It seems there's different opinions. I guess I'll post this as a question on the YouTube community tab, and we can vote on it. How about that? Feels like it works. Sounds good to me. We're going to find out what that #1 is. I don't think anyone guessed the #1, weirdly. I don't think anyone guessed the #1. Last chance to guess the #1 and win a fabulous no prize. Richard Salmon is praying for the David Foster Wallace comeback. I mean, who knows? Maybe some TikTok superstar started playing Supermarket, and suddenly that's, you know, #1. That's all it would take. Command 8 says JBP Wave 4 or What's Wave. It would be a track from, obviously it's individual tracks here. Savage Chill says Steal the Culture. No, Steal the Culture was, we played that already. Steal the Culture was at number 48. At number 48. Do you know what? Tell you what. Cassandra K says good versus good. Joshua Tran says good. We already had good. Anjay P is wondering if it's a shampoo with my dad. Well, let's find out. Let's count down. Okay, let's count down. We need some... I need a countdown music. I'm going to go have to... For the next one of these, I'm going to get more like Radio 1 in the 90s sound effects. All right, number 50, If You Don't Make Stuff, There Is No Stuff with Elon Musk. At number 49, The Archaic Revival with Terence McKenna. At number 48, Steal the Culture with John Vervaeke. At number 47, The Sound of the Rain Needs No Translation with Alan Watts. Oh My God, Isn't That Gorgeous with Alan Watts at number 46. And at 45, Someone I Would Be Afraid Of. I Became Someone. That was Joseph Rogan. Number 44, 42 Rules for Life with Jordan B. Peterson. Number 43, There Will Be Noise with Alan Watts. Also with Alan Watts at 42, and Aperture. At 41, This Is It. This is it, 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 with Jocko Willink. I couldn't remember who that was. If at number 40, also with Jocko Willink, and Rudyard Kipling. This Way, That Way with Alan Watts is at number 39. Also with Alan Watts at 38, Gangster Arrangement, and 37, Patters on the Waves, and 36, Considered Death. At 35, I'm Suffering featuring David Goggins. At number 34, featuring Alan Watts, From a Certain Point of View. 33, Play on Demand. Also Alan Watts. Also Alan Watts at 32, You Love Yourself. At 31, Stand Up Straight with Your Shoulders Back The first track from the first Meaningwave album with Jordan B. Peterson, 12 Rules for Life, banger. 31, that was number 30, Do Things That Are Delightful to You. Alan Watts from the most recent Alan Watts album. That Thing Which Really Is Genuine, also Alan Watts, also from that most recent Alan Watts album, Watts Wave 6, The Web of Life Part 2. Number 28, Unbroken, featuring Jocko Willink. At number 27, Akira The Don, When You Wish Upon a Star, from Lo-Fi Beats album. 26, The Amazing Process, featuring Scott Adams. Yes, Yes, Yes. Number 25, Make It Beautiful, featuring Jordan B. Peterson. Number 24, Beat the Hero, featuring Joseph Rogan. 23, Time, featuring Alan Watts. Number 22, Mind Control, featuring Jocko Willink. Number 21, Self-Control, Marcus Aurelius. Number 20, Over the Rainbow, Akira The Don from the Lo-Fi Beats album. 19, Clean Up Your Room, Jordan B. Peterson. 18, Wishes, Jordan B. Peterson. 17, I Wake Up Early Thinking About the Enemy, Jocko Willink. At 16, Any Dream You Wanted, Alan Watts. 15, The Wave, Jordan Peterson. 14, Fight, Jocko Willink. 13, Ordinary Everyday Consciousness, Alan Watts. Number 12, Grateful to the Gods, Marcus Aurelius. Number 11, Taking Souls, David Goggins. Number 10, Discipline Equals Freedom, Jocko Willink. Number 9, Discipline Gets Things Done, Joe Rogan and Jocko Willink. Number 8, For Freedom, Scott Adams. Number 7, Jordan B. Peterson's Drinking Song, Jordan B. Peterson. That's who. That is Jordan B. Peterson. And also, like, a guest appearance, Laugh from Theo Von. I think there's a little Theo Von laugh in there somewhere. Get That Good Feeling from Joe Rogan is number 6. Do Something, also Joe Rogan, is at number 5. Number 4 is G-O-O-D, Good, Jocko Willink. Number 3, There Must Be Discipline, Jocko Willink. Number 2, Castle of Time, Lo-Fi, Akira The Don. And at number 1, a brand new entry. A brand new entry. Your friend and mine, he just followed me on Twitter. Joseph Rogan. I don't want to hear that ish. Make some noise. All them Joseph Rogan faces in the chat right now. Right now, baby. Texted us.
Everybody's different. Everybody's similar, but everybody's different. And your attitude has a giant effect, not just on your life, but on other people's lives around you. That's the other thing about it. Those I can't catch a break guys.
Hey, get them the fuck away from me.
I can't be around those guys. I don't want to hear that shit.
I don't want to hear that shit. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. I don't want to hear that shit. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. I don't want to hear that shit.
I don't buy it. Because everybody has bad breaks. I got a shit ton of bad breaks. But you know what I did?
Stayed up.
And I thought through it. And I figured out what the fuck I did wrong. And then I went back. It's like, I fucked up everything I've ever done 100 times. There's no other way to do it.
But you gotta realize when you have those shitty breaks what that is.
It's an opportunity for you to reassess, reboot, get better, figure out another way, find another way through. Woo! It's just challenges. And the people that look at those challenges and go, why do I always have these challenges? They're cancer. Those people are dangerous to be around. They will rob you of your enthusiasm. They don't give you any fuel. They're the opposite of fuel. The fuel people kicking ass. People that are out there fucking hustling. Always getting things done. Always getting things done. My friend Jocko, every morning I'll check his Instagram page, 4:30, shows a picture of his watch. Get after it. He's out there working out 4:30 in the morning. He does it every fucking morning. Why? Because he doesn't want to. And that's how you do it. You go and get after it, you don't make any excuses. And those kind of guys are fuel. But those I can't catch a break guys, they're the opposite of fuel. They're just pissing on your fire. They're no fun.
Get them the fuck away from me. I can't be around those guys. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. I don't want to hear that shit. Hey, get them the fuck away from me. M-A-Z.
Fuck away from me.
All them Joe Rogan faces in the chat right now. If you got them emojis, drop them. If you don't, drop away. Write that shit right now. Get them the fuck away from me.
The people that surround him are all idiots. Because only idiots want to be around I can't catch a break guy. Only the dummies stick around. After a while, even if they're your good friend, you gotta be like,
bro, you gotta fucking stop.
You gotta stop with all this I can't catch a break bullshit. All the time you're complaining, you could be instead hustling. You could be instead chasing your dream. You could be instead figuring out what you're doing wrong, trying to improve certain aspects of your life, getting your shit together, reading a book, meditating, something. Fucking something. Woo! Something. Fucking something. But this I can't catch a break shit is not helping anybody. And it pushes everybody away from you.
They're not fun.
Get them the fuck away from me.
Woo! I can't be around those guys. I don't wanna hear that shit. I don't wanna hear that shit.
Get them the fuck away from me.
Get them the
fuck away from me.
Get them the
fuck away from me.
I don't wanna hear that shit. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. I don't wanna hear that shit. Yeah. I don't wanna hear that shit. I don't wanna hear that shit. I don't wanna hear that shit. Get them the
fuck away from me.
Whoa. Yeah. Make some noise for that guitar solo. Woo. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Get them the fuck away from me.
There you have it, brothers and sisters. Woo! Yow! Yeah, get them the away from me, baby. That was the Meaningwave top 50 for the month of August 2020. You know, we had a gang of epic records in there. I really liked that 50 through 40 was this. It was all the big, powerful, almost ballad, like soft rock anthems I've been doing. All my Cher vibes. You know what I mean? My Meatloaf vibes that no one's picked up on. Secretly, I'm a big Meatloaf fan, you know. Secretly, Jim Steinman is like very, very epic in my book of songwriters, you know. But it's very powerful activity there. We just moved from Los Angeles to Texas, you know. And Joseph Rogan is also about to do the same thing. He's following us here to Texas, and he also just followed me on Twitter. And he just crashed in at #1 on the Meaningwave top 50. Well, not just top 50, top everything. The #1 record, baby. The #1 record right there. Get them the fuck away from me. I don't want to hear that shit. That family-friendly song. You know, Meaningwave is very wholesome, right? And it's kind of funny that the least wholesome of the Meaningwave songs, as far as language is concerned, is at #1 this month. But you know, if you're a father or a mother, and you know, people have been saying, "Oh, Akira The Don, can you get an edited version of that album up?" You know, the kids. What are the kids going to say in their mind? Get them. I suppose you could like make it into a game where we just duck those words, and you can make up a word that's not rude. You know, get them the duck away from me. So maybe I should get that done. Maybe a swear-free version of that album needs making. But in the meanwhile, you know, you could play it. You know, because there is some swearing in the world, and you will hear swearing. And maybe you do some kind of a situation where, like, if they do swear, they have to do 100 push-ups. I don't know. I don't know how you could work that out. I mean, you know, you're the parent. You got to deal with that. I got to say, when I made that song, Hercules was actually in the studio with me. You know, and he obviously immediately started copying it. And I immediately said, "Not for you, boya. Not for you, boya." If I hit, you know, and he's very obedient, so it worked. Very strange, that. But anyway, he goes, "Get them the away from." He does self-edits. It's very funny when he sings it himself. He does like hiccup noises, or he says, "Get them the away from me. Get them the away from me." You know, and he makes it look like he's about to do, but he doesn't. But he doesn't. Feels like it works. Feels like it works. Anyway, thank you all for being here. Shouts out to what's your favorite Meatloaf song? Says Andrew Pullman. Objects in the rearview mirror may appear closer than they are. It's very epic, but you know, I'm more of a Jim Steinman fan than I love Meatloaf, but it's Jim Steinman that I love, you know. And Jim Steinman had a great solo album, which I think everyone should check out. And it's called Bad for Good. You know, it's banger. You got to be the hero. What I really like about Jim Steinman's songwriting, baby, is it's just epic, you know? He's just epic. He ain't afraid to throw the kitchen sink and everything in the song, you know, and just go deep. And that's important. You gotta go deep. You gotta go deep, baby. Cosmic Kangaroo says, welcome to Home Depot, Joe. #1 in the Meaningwave Top 50. Rogan. Yeah, right. That's that guy. A big shout out to everyone who's been locked in. Joe's Bakery, thank you, brother. An incredible body of work. Be very proud of what you've achieved. Baby, we just started. We're just getting started. This is just the beginning, baby. This ain't nothing. What you've heard so far ain't nothing. This is just, you know, this is just the gentle precursory poke in the hornet's nest of the cosmos. You know, we're going to really get it cracking, baby. We're getting it cracking. Thank you, Andrew Pullman. Thank you, Matt Lally. Says ATD on the JRE show. The countdown starts with a Twitter follow. If you don't know, now you know. My guy getting after it with the Badman rhymes. Alec Moran, bless up. Blackleaf, bless up. Says Texas. That's right. FL Space Bear, what's cracking, baby? Andrew Kamarumbi, what's cracking, baby? Congratulations again. Pissio Cat to you and Bianca. Pissio Cat shouting out all the Maz heroes, all of that detailed by Andrew. Bless up Luke, bless up Andrew Pullman. Thank you to everyone who's supporting tonight, and thank you to everyone who was here. Thank you particularly to everyone who suffered the poor internet at the beginning of the broadcast. That's just something we've been suffering, and we will get to the other side of that, baby. We will. That's God just saying, like, yeah, do you really want to do these streams, boy? Are you really willing to stream twice a day? Let me see if you can suffer shitty internet every day for like 2 months. Let's see if you can deal with that, Akira the Don. I'll be like, yeah, bring it on, baby. Bring it on. Caroline H says, another amazing stream of epicness. Blessings to you all. That's right, baby. Blessings to the whole MAZ. Shouts out to the whole crew. You know, everyone who be here, you guys are what makes this a party, you know? This would just be a podcast. If it wasn't for you guys, it'd just be me like, hi, this is Akira the Don, and this is my new song, Be the Hero. You know, but it's you guys that make this an event. Every day, twice a day, you know? Every day, twice a day, we get it cracking. So yeah, once again, thank you to everyone who's supporting during this. Aldous Massey, that was a great idea. I'm going to get the top 50. It's going to be a Spotify playlist. That'll be up tomorrow, and we'll update it every month with the Meaningwave Top 50. That's a great idea. To those who have everything, more will be given. And when we say those who have everything, we mean those songs, and to them that will be given more streams. That's how it works. Feels like it works because that's how it works. You know, if you want to support the wave, you know what to do, baby. You know how to get down. You can become a member of the channel, like a number of people did today. Shout out to everyone who became a member of the channel. Shout out to everyone who already is a member of the channel. You are beloved. You can become a member of the Patreon. You can make a donation via the link below. Click that link, hit that donation thing if you like doing that sort of thing. Go to meaningwave.com, get a fine vest like what I'm wearing, or tank top as they call it in the USA. Top of the tank, you know, just right there on the turret, peering out over the battlefield. Hey, what's cracking? You know, all that. You can, what else can you do? Go Bandcamp and download all the music, baby. You can smash that like, you can share that link, you can, you know, ring up your favorite priest. Say, what's up, priest? Good news, he is risen. Also, Meaningwave exists. You can hit up your favorite podcaster and say, hey, podcaster, get Akira the Don. He's the best. Have Akira the Don on your podcast. He's epic. He's invented a musical psychotechnology. He's changing the world one album at a time, and he's made my life way better. Please, not please, you should, sir, have him on your podcast. Or madam, of course. Madams also have podcasts. What are the good ones? What's a good madam podcast? Hit me up with suggestions. Yeah, you can do all that sort of thing. You can also smash that like. You can also share that link. Then you can also join me for a buy 5, and then you can go over to Meaningwave Radio 24/7 afterwards and hang out on Meaningwave Radio 24/7. And I just thought Meaningwave Radio 24/7, that's actually a place where you could just do the top 50 countdown, just chill and play the songs all the way through. So maybe that's something to add as we start expanding the programming on Meaningwave Radio 24/7. Maybe that's something we can do. Caroline H says, I confess. What do you confess, Caroline H? What have you done? Caroline H says, I confess. Meaningwave exists. Oh, well, there you go. That's an epic. Crafty Craft, JVP's Amazing Warrior Daughter. That's a good point. She's got a very good podcast. She does have a very good podcast. Well, you should tell her that she needs Meaningwave representation on the podcast, in which case Yeah. All right, let's crack in for the, the International By 5, the daily ritual that just sends us all off feeling good, sends us out into the streets with hope in our heart. And as we just step next door to the Meaning Lounge, I want us all to remember it's a beautiful day to be alive here at the peak of recorded human civilization. Let that never be forgotten. Let that never be forgotten. If you're ever a bit sad, if you're ever a bit blue, remember that today is the best day God ever made for any of you, or me, any of us. The best day. And it's the day that God made, so let us do with it what we can. And one thing we can definitely do with it is have an International By 5, and it feels like it works. It's done is good. 3, 2, 1. Bye. Bye, baby. Bye, baby. Bye, bye, baby. Baby, bye, bye. See you on the other side. And you know what's on the other side? Greatness.